Many people ask, what advantage do I have personally because of the EU? I give you 6 advantages right now. Number 1, the countries of Europe have been growing together for 60 years now. Our prosperity has grown, our security and our freedom. And this European Union is your Europe too. It started 12 years after the Second World War. In Rome, 6 countries shook hands to make friends. France, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg and Germany. That was the forerunner of today's EU. Since then, the community has grown and has a political and economic success story written. Our union is much more than one internal market or a monetary union. She is a diverse home for 510 million people, in which a Belgian can enjoy the same rights and freedoms like a German, a Greek or a Czech. You are one among equals, because it is also your Europe. Number 2, the EU makes your life easier, better and healthier. Without the Union, your life would look very different. Imagine that you should be with us in Germany again with D-Mark, in Spain again with Peseta, in France pay again with francs. If you have to exchange your money to all the other EU currencies when you travel, you would have significantly less in your pocket because of all the exchange rate fees. And in case of online shopping, without the EU, you would have fewer rights of withdrawal. And if your flight is very late or even cancelled, you wouldn't have one right to compensation. What about your right to medical treatment in other member states? Wouldn't exist anymore. And once you're in other countries of Europe using your mobile phone, your roaming bill would probably explode. Number 3 is the EU brings you freedom, diversity and wealth. And this is unique worldwide. In Europe, you can cross the border without checks and controls, at least between the 25 Schengen countries. If you want, you can even go beyond this and enjoy as an EU citizen the free choice of your place of residence and work. And so you see, you also benefit from freedom in everyday life. If you're shopping in a supermarket today, you pay less because traders and producers make it a lot easier to have their goods brought to your area. Without Europe, you would never have such a large selection at those prices. For example, German Riesling, Greek olives or Italian cheese. Of course, they would be there in deli stores and so on, but they would be more expensive. 4. The EU protects climate and your environment, because Europe stands for better environmental protection. Toxic electronic waste like your old mobile phone can be returned to the dealer. Diesel cars or coal-fired power plants are allowed less and less to emit pollutants, because the EU regulates this. And of course, so you won't be out of power because the coal is not there anymore. Europe relies on wind, water and solar energy. And they also care for your clean drinking water. Number 5, the EU provides your security. There has been no war since World War II between any EU member states. The EU is a peace project. That's why your world is safer than those of your grandparents. We still have to address new dangers. Terrorists and organized criminals use the open borders to submerge. A good cooperation of the EU countries can mostly prevent this. Within Europe, national authorities therefore work closely with Europol or Eurojust. Even at the external borders, the EU takes care of the Union, for example with the European Border Agency Coast Guard, Frontex, for your safety. And 6, we design the EU together and prepare it for globalization. Your country is part of Europe and Europe is one part of the world. A world that is always more and more globally connected. If your country is part of a strong EU, your vote counts more. A united Europe has more weight in globalization. The EU has more weight in international negotiations for high standards in the fields of environment, economy, social issues, but also health and food safety. For a life worth living, your life in a globalized world. I know, of course, some of my Brexiteers viewers will now say, oh, that's just EU propaganda. Yeah, I got a lot of this from the German government. But I tell you this because I do believe in that. Now I just want to add some additional side facts in addition to what you just heard. The EU, for example, equals just 6% of the world population. In 2060, it will only be 4%. EU countries pay 56% of global humanitarian and development aid though. In 2016, 58.6% of German exports went to other EU member states. And especially for the younger viewers, there have been 9 million Erasmus students since the start of the program. And we always emphasize exports. 31 million jobs in the EU depend on exports. And, not to forget our freedoms, 14 million EU citizens live and work in another member state. And something for your own safety. If you have an accident in another member state, you will never not know the correct number to call, because 112 is the European emergency call. And so wherever you are within the European Union and need help, 112 is your number, and you know it from home, so you will always know it. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, I put my next video right here in the end screen, right next to your chance to subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you in my next video. Click and enjoy. I'll see you there. Viel Spaß!